What's good? What's good? I know I could save a lot of money if I didn't go to Starbucks, but if I didn't go to Starbucks on days like today, I would literally interact with zero people. I'm off of work. My roommate is out of town. I do self checkout at the grocery store. So, yeah, this is like the only time I actually talk to a human sometimes on my day off. That's not the point of this video. It's just something I've been thinking about. Anyways, something else I think a lot about is having a family. I feel as if that would be one of the most fulfilling and gratifying things I could do with my life. I have this strong desire to be a father. I am just a broke dude, and I grew up struggling, and I would not want to do that to my kids. I mean, they're going to work and it's not going to be an easy life by any means, but I don't want them to have to go through what I went through. And part of what I went through is kind of connected to this video, the topic of the video. Let's get to it. Ditch the man cave, build a study. And I couldn't tell you exactly what year or what decade or whatever, but it seems as if culturally there was a shift from when men used to have in their house a study. They would call it the study or the office or even the library if you were really lucky. But let's just stick with the study because that's just simple, standard. Dad used to have the study, and often, not always, but often, when he would get home from work, he would go to the study for a little bit. The reason being, it is his personal space to compartmentalize and decompress from the stress of the day. Because if you're a man going out into the work world, busting your ass, maybe not getting paid enough, or maybe you are getting paid well, but you have a shit boss, or it just sucks sometimes being the provider. However, it's also very gratifying. And anyways, so that is why sometimes the man would go into the study after work, say hi to the kids, say hi to the wife, but then go decompress. And the study holds many other values as well, and I'll get into them. But let's now bring in the difference between the study and the man cave. The man cave, which has like computer games or Xbox games or PlayStation games or whatever, or just all kinds of distraction, beer and cigars, and I've seen a lot of different cool, and man caves are cool. Don't get me wrong. Like, it would be cool if you had a man cave and a study in your house, and there's no reason you shouldn't or couldn't. Anyways, okay, but the man cave is more designed for distraction and escapism as opposed to strategy and mental health in the form of the decompression that a study offers. And that's not to say occasional gaming and distraction is not okay, because it is, but it's all about the balance, everything in moderation in life. And I think the further we get into this distraction and escapist society we live in, technology enabling so much escapism. I myself engage in it. I'm quite open about it. YouTube is one of my biggest forms of escapism, both in like these making of these videos, but then also in the content, in the consuming of the content. And so, as a man, if you have the option to choose between a study or a man cave, I would choose building a study. And there's other reasons why a study is important. I had mentioned earlier, it can act as a place of strategizing. So having a compartmentalized space away from everything else in the house, you can focus. So if you need to spend some time trying to figure out a family problem you might have, whether it's a budgetary decision or a disciplinary decision or some, if you just need some time and space to think and be alone, it offers you that space. And ideally, it's organized. You should have a desk, and I don't want to tell you everything, but it should be like a command center for your house. As crazy as that sounds, but that's like what your study should be, your command center for the house, because you are the commander of your house, ideally, if that's what you want in the life that you want. I want everything I say to be underpinned with the thought that I support self actualization and what that looks like for you. I'm just speaking broadly and generally. Broadly speaking, men want to be providers, protectors. They want to be the captains of their own ship. Fuck it. You can call that sexist if you want, but that's what I believe. Broadly and generally, not absolutely. I avoid absolutes. Let's just be clear. And so, if the paths you're being offered are focus, strategy, the future, planning, those are all positive in building things. So that's the study. Or the man cave is distraction, escapism, hedonism, unchecked pleasure. I've seen it before, unfortunately. I've seen it firsthand. Father figures who spend so much time in their man cave that their children get frustrated and their children don't know how to communicate that, hey, I wish you would spend more time with me. Or the father's way of spending time with them is just to have them play video games with them. And maybe that's not what the children want. Children need so much stimulation and interaction and development. And having a distracted father is a very bad thing. But as I often talk about, that is exactly what the social engineers want. Look at how dysfunctional our family units are in America right now. Look at how dysfunctional America is. We have been successfully destabilized. I tried to bring out a Russian accent. Yuri Bezmenov, I believe, was a KGB or Russian defector, and he talks about like how the destabilization of the West is one of the objectives. And I believe destabilization in general is an objective of the ruling class and the elites because their plans are easier to implement when we are fractured. And we are fractured, unfortunately. However, as everything in the universe cycles, we are building a return to authenticity. And in that, you, as a man, embracing your masculine role is integral to our efforts. And part of being a man grounded and centered in his masculinity is having a space where you can go to do your reflections and your meditations. And I don't mean like yoga meditations. I was thinking of like Marcus Aurelius right there. He wrote a book called Meditations. He's a Stoic philosopher. You should look into him if you're not familiar with it. I think Stoicism is a great tool that fathers should build into their, I want to say leadership style. Yeah. As a father, understanding Stoicism is a great tool. You should explore it. I'm rambling at this point, but I like the video, so I'm going to post it. Fuck the study, or fuck the man cave, excuse my language. Screw the man cave. Let's bring back the study. Much love, y'all.